Hello, loves. I hope you are doing well. Happy weekend wherever you are. I hope that it's fantastic for you, and thank you for being here. Welcome to a new reading. Today I want to look at a few different things here because I think that we're really on the precipice here of some really great things, right? So let's take a look at how we do this, right? Like where you're currently at. So if you come to this reading and you've got a question, you're working through some things in your life, keep what I'm saying on point for that and try to critique it there. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But we come in with the World card and the King of Coins. We've got the Judgment card and the Empress. This card fell out, the Six of Swords, so I took it and it couldn't be more spot on. The Six of Swords is a card of reorientation and a positive outcome in front of you. That's what it is. It's the Lilybeth in the mind is kind of where it is, but it's a travel card. It's a physical movement card. Okay, so once something physical will be moving in your life is what I'm saying. It's not just what we're clearing out of our mind. There will be a physical move here too, meaning your feet on the ground, implementing something in your life. For some of you, it will be actual moves. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Temperance. We've got the Nine of Wands and the Emperor. We've got the Page of Cups and the Ten of Cups. And if you look at the Arcana cards that came out here, they're significant because we've got the end of the line, the Judgment, and the World card, and those are basically about cyclical changes. They are cycles of change in our lives, out with the old, in with the new, and it's the proverbial change that is life. Right? And then we've got the Temperance card, which is smack right in the middle, comes right after the Death card, which is speaking of change, right? It's new change, it's removing things, it's implementing new things, it's patience, it's, that kind of ease and harmony and allowing yourself the space to acknowledge some things in your life. And this is going to be different for everyone. These are big changes. They're changes on the world stage. They're changes in our lives. Some people will go through dramatic changes, other people won't. Sometimes this will just be things that we go through on the inside and they're not necessarily showing up on the outside. But whatever it is, the energy is felt by everyone. So how people implement that is exactly just as personal. So we also have in here the Empress and the Emperor. So I just want to point that out because these are about nurturing receptive energies, and they're also about the masculine energy of organizing things. Organization, focus, willpower, put your feet on the ground, the action kind of things, right? So it's internal, external is where this is going. How you take care of yourself inside is definitely going to show up on how you implement things on the outside. So now that we see where the cards are, I just want to reference here that this is a unique window of opportunity here for you. It's rare, it's powerful. I'm going to say don't hesitate, but I'm also going to say be extra organized here, okay? I think also for some of you, there are influential people coming into your life now. You're getting into new circles, you're aligning with new people, you're doing new things. I'm going to point this out too. Don't underestimate the importance of ordinary things, because scattered through this reading are the ordinary things that open doors to the big things. Right? How you carry yourself, the dignity that you show up with, keeping a sense of humor. Don't make things too heavy, but don't make things too light. You know what I mean? You've got the tempo here. And I don't think that you realize how much you have changed. You know what I mean? Sometimes we go through things and we've got a heaviness in here, or life just will deal with that tomorrow, or these kind of things. But there's a drastic change within yourself that I don't think you realize, but I think that it shows up with people acknowledging different things about yourself. And this will be one of the moments where you get in the car at the end of the day and you just sit there for a second and just think, maybe I did change. Maybe something did change. How you are responding to things is different, and you're noticing this. The things you're maybe were reactive about before, you're just a little bit more calm and you're disengaged, and it really just doesn't matter as much as it did before, right? Your focal is different. I think here someone wealthy and influential shows up here for some of you. For some of you, this is in a business arena. Some people it's social. Some people it's on a romantic level. But what I want to say here is they're going to soon play a vital role in your life, okay? This person can offer support, resources, they can be a connection, they can open a door to something. But I want to also put out an air of caution here, because this requires discernment, right? I don't think you're going to know who this person is to the extent that you're going to have to weigh things out. And I'm not talking that this is a negative or a positive. I'm just saying you want to use discernment here, right? This person could be valuable. They could be an asset. You just want to examine their intentions carefully, right? Help, power, influence, it can be helpful or it can be potentially manipulative, right? Some people love to help other people until they realize that the person was brilliant and now just superseded them, and then things can change. So just be aware of people's character. You're spot on right now with your intuition, so you're not going to miss this, right? Ask yourself, with the people coming up in your life as well, is this a relationship that I can truly build on? You want to be concrete here. You don't want to waste your time. And I know that this is going to sound horrible. Giving, God forbid, you should say something horrible about someone, or, not everyone is working for your betterment, and you need to be discerning with who you're surrounding yourself with, because people are going to help you move forward in your life and encourage you and hold you up, or they're going to pull you down. So it's important to be conscious of those things. I know I'm probably just talking to the wind, but it's worth saying. Sometimes we forget, right, that well-dressed people could have the worst intentions. So you just want to be conscious here. Be wary too of broken promises. If someone is saying they're going to do something, but you're noticing they've got a pattern where they kind of just fall through, or they're not as responsible as you thought they were, you want to take note of these things, right? We're looking for trustworthy assistance here. Pay close attention to red flags, especially around consistency and integrity and motives. We want to be conscious of these things. And I think you are. I think that this is where, like I was saying at the beginning, you get in the car and you sit for a second and think, wow, I really picked up on that really quick. And you know what? I just don't want to deal with it. I'll get the door open for myself, or someone else will show up, and they will. That's why I was saying don't discount ordinary days, because ordinary people show up and they can help you in extraordinary ways. They know someone who knows someone who knows someone, right? We all know that story. If we're only moving forward with people that we can trust, that's where I'm going with this. If this person proves to be sincere, then and aligning with you, and you've got the same kind of goals for the most part on any kind of support arena here, or they could help you be a solid, grounding person in your life, then by all means go for it. But we want to proceed and we want to be conscious of what we're doing, right? Okay. That's what I've got on that. For some of you, this will be a relationship, like a romantic relationship. It'll be something where you're probably getting back into the arena after a time of, like you've just not been in that. So trust yourself, realize these are just different people. They're not the same. These are big cycles. So this just wouldn't be something like I'm dating this person, this person. This would be like I'm married, divorced, and now I'm dating again. Or our relationship is moving from this to a huge jump here. You know what I mean? Like it's those kind of big monumentals, because these are coming in at the end of the tarot and they're big. They're like, when the trumpet blows, I hear it now and I know what it means. And you pay attention and you intentionally pull something forward here. There are root systems here, and we're strong in our belief systems. Okay, this is a renewal of something here. You're walking into something new, something real, something earned. And I think that you've come a longer way in your life than you realize. And I think that what shows up over the next couple of months is really going to show you more about yourself than you've realized, right? There's an air through here too of a major turning point. And I know I said it, but this is like something that will be concrete. This would be, we're changing internally, of course, but this would be something on the outside that shows up. Old patterns, where you've picked yourself up, where you see things through different eyes. And I think that this is where in one of the readings during the week we referenced the point of view. And I pointed out that it's not in the mind so much it's more your point of view with your eyeballs. Like you're observing things, you're seeing things for how they truly are, not how you want them to be. You're seeing people for who they truly are, not what you hope they'll be. You're looking at what is concrete, what is right in front of me right now. And that's what I'm dealing with here. And this is with people, it's with circumstances, this is what I'm looking at, and these are my choices. And you're confidently building these moves for yourself. This isn't a loud kind of change either. These aren't going to be the ruckus makers. These are steady, sticky. They're confident building. This is scary, but I'm going to step into this because I want to experience something different in my life. I want to leverage up in some way. For some of you, the change is like maybe you're upping your skill set, or you're changing your job completely, or you're changing where you live, or you're changing your appearance, or you're changing something that you've had for a very long time. And those can become like the what do you say, like the comfort blankets, right? Like those kind of things. There's a role here for you now, and it's a leadership role, and it can be a leadership role within your own life where you're pulling self-agency from the inside for the first time, right? Like where you've kind of put your life not on hold, but we get stuck under patterns sometimes where we don't realize that some people have leverage over us, where our dreams are being squashed, and it's time for us to say, you know, I need to put my dreams first, and I need to like separate myself a little bit from what has been a destructive pattern. And sometimes those show up in family arenas. But I think that what's happening here is the path fits who you truly are, and you see it. You see a better fit for yourself. You're really realizing to the capabilities that you have that you maybe didn't see within yourself before. You're stronger, wiser, and you want to learn more. You want to experience more. And these are things that are not necessarily learned in books. They're life experiences. So these are things that you're going to be taking action on. You're going to be focusing on. This is going to be the direction that you're going, right? That's what I see for that. I think too, here's the key. You've got to give yourself space. And this is like a physical space. Of course, mental space within your mind, but you've got to have some kind of physical space here that allows you the tools and the environment to grow. This is not going to be able to grow in an arena that is full of chaos constantly, right? So this is creating the conditions for yourself that support you to leverage up. And that's what this card is all about, right? That's the Emperor is about here's the internal, what I know I need for myself to nurture where I'm going next. And that is the organized structure in the tangible world that I need to provide for myself, food, clothing, shelter, to be able to pull this forward, right? The other thing is you've got communication skills now, and that just doesn't mean how you speak. It's how you show up. People are paying attention to you. They're paying attention to the charm that you've got, the people that you surround yourself with, how you see yourself. They like you, and they're ready to surround themselves with you. They're ready to help you. They're ready to listen to you. And these can be things too where you're just passing by, where you're not even aware that, you know, who you're talking to on the street or the people that you're engaging with, or you're going through your life. Outsiders are paying attention to what you're doing, and not only are you changing your life, you're able to provide peace and comfort for them. So you don't even realize that you're doing that, but you are, because of how you show up, because of how you communicate, because of the dignity that you carry yourself with, right? You're stepping up in your life here. You're really leveraging yourself up. For some of you, this will be in the form of a large pay raise. A little break here goes a long way, so don't discount things. You know that saying, find a penny, pick it up. All day long you have good luck. Pick up the penny, because there's signs here that are leading you in a bigger direction. Coincidences, they are not just coincidences, they're signs. And your success is literally right ahead of you, okay? You're not moving blindly either anymore, what I'm saying. You're moving intentionally. You've got ideas, they're big ones. You've got ambitions, they're big ones. And that's what's pushing you forward here. You're ready to take on more. You've become more of a responsible person, and I think you didn't realize it, but if you're watching this and you don't think that you've changed in that regard, I think something shows up in your life very soon that shows you how you've changed that, and the things that you care about, and the things that you're responsible for, and the things that you go the distance for. You've changed something drastically in your life here, and I don't think that you've even realized the distance you've gone with that. Okay, I do think here there are obstacles to overcome, and one of them here is self-imposed limitations, right? Where we know, I see a good opportunity here, I really want it, but instinctively and blindly you sabotage it. We're not doing that. We're paying attention to the things that we're doing here. Harmony and inner peace. Your heart is healing. Your heart is at peace. Your heart needs rest, right? This is success through peace, serenity through fulfillment of your goals. We're keeping life as wealthy, healthy, solid, but streamlined as possible, which means there's no room for garbage in here. There's really no nice way to say that, right? You're entering prosperity, harmony, and inner peace. The Nine of Wands is a card of consciousness. You are aware of what you're doing. Just like the sevens are spirit, they're tangible. The nines are your instincts. They're internal. They're where your morality is. It's where your dignity is. It's where your character is. It's where the responsibilities are, the things that you do in your life, the things you don't do, the things you engage in, the things you won't, your deal breakers. You're getting really, really, really clear on these and what you need to focus on. Now, it's really simple, actually, is what you're doing. A state of well-being and peace is what you're looking for. There are overriding influences here and negativities. They come up because we are human beings. It doesn't mean that because something pops in your head and you get mad about it, that I shouldn't get mad, I shouldn't be doing this. You absolutely should. It's your prerogative. Your body is trying to show you a sign, and it's purging it. And it's saying, thank you for that release. And then you need to let it go. And no matter how many times that shows up, acknowledge it. Don't suppress it. Acknowledge it. If someone gets you mad, get mad. You don't need to make the engagement with someone else worse, but the key here is we're not suppressing things. We don't want junk in the trunk here. It would defeat the entire purpose of this, right? Success here. There is something coming here for those of you that are in a where your goals right now are pulling a successful deal ahead in your career or in your life, or success is just starting something and finishing it. So whatever that is, the tools are being aligned for you now to help you do that. And I will say, with the lineup of how these cards are, there are omens in here that are protecting you, which leads me to believe that these are arenas that you're entering into, which maybe are brand new, or ones that kicked your butt a while back and were terrified. It basically paralyzed your life. You're getting back into the stream of life right now, and the universe is saying, let's go. Let's do this. You're not alone. We're with you. You're not going to make a mistake. And even on the beginning, when I was coming in here saying, be careful of people that could undermine you. Yes, be careful of people that can undermine you, but they won't. They won't get close enough to be able to do that. But you'll be put in an arena where you are asked to use the wits about yourself. But the universe is protecting you. Be very clear on what I'm saying here. Okay? I may not have elaborated that as strong. We're not looking for perfection here. We're looking to release self-imposed limitations. I'm not good at this, but I'm going to try it, and by the time that I'm done trying it, I'll be good at it, and then I'll leverage it up in a different way, right? Perfection is not what we're going for here. We're just trying to get out of the gate. We're not judging ourselves, right? This is life. It's full of joy, and it's pristine, and it's magnetic, and you have a magnetic personality right now. You just may not see it. I hope that you do, but usually when I see things like this, it's usually someone who doesn't realize the pull that they have, but they're now put in situations and they think that it's a lucky break, and it's been aligning for you all along. It's just maybe you didn't notice this about yourself, and you'd not be able to hold your gate in that kind of arena. That is kind of what I'm seeing here. But think before you speak, right? And I'm pointing this out because communication, again, is not just how you use words. It's how you show up. It's the things that you say. It's what you engage in, the things that you don't. Don't rush into commitments either. We're not going to say we'll do something or commit to something before thinking it through. A great opportunity for you to take with that, if you feel that you're in a position, is just, I'm someone who thinks better. Just give me a couple minutes and let me circle back, or give me a day or so. Pull the give me a moment, buy yourself time. Don't commit to something, even if you really, really want to do it right now. Form the pattern of just saying, give me a moment and let me get back to you on that, right? We all know that drill. Because what you're building here is confidence, and what will undermine you is overcommitting yourself or committing to something that is going to deter you from something that is in the direction that you're truly meant to go right now. Again, we're not pulling in junk in the trunk here, right? I think you're changing literally your vocabulary as well. You're kind of making your vocabulary an art form, which is great because it should be. And I think you're growing in how you communicate here. And I think people are really noticing it. You're grounded, you're graceful, and that speaks volumes about who you are and how you carry yourself. Simplicity, dignity, and clarity is what we're going for here. Now, what I think is, again, I referenced your heart needs peace and it needs rest. And the current situation is aligning towards harmony here. Chaos is a good thing for an upheaval, right? It gets the juices flowing. We can't not have, oh, I don't want to hear anything negative. Without anything negative, your ass would not move. This is a scenario right now where the places in your life that flinch when you touch it will be extra sensitive, but that's what we want, because this is moving things forward in a growth oriented way for the betterment of yourself. This isn't running into traffic. This is strategically aligning your life and choosing the way that you want it to go, the people that you want in it, what you want for yourself. And I think drastic realizations come where maybe you didn't want this before, but now you really do. Don't be surprised if the things show up in your life that shock you. Like you realize that you want something now, you want this now, and you never thought it would be something, and it could be so drastically different. Entertain it. That's what I'm going to say here. You're learning to cope too with rising emotions. You're not just pushing things down. That's why I'm saying it's potential to grow and not collect things, right? This is kind of where, I hope I'm saying this correctly, but we're dealing with rising emotions. We're not eating them or suppressing them or whatever your vice is for them, right? Sometimes we come up with some real creative things where we don't realize that that's what the bad habit or the compulsion or the overindulgence in something was. Emotions come up, but they need somewhere to go, right? So we're not pushing them down. We're reflecting on them, and we're accepting them, and we're applying new understanding to them, right? We're accepting them. For some, this is the start of something new, a new relationship. Someone who wants to know you better, someone who wants to know you on a deeper level. For some of you, I don't think you know who this person is yet. For others of you, you do. It just is the relationship changes into something else, right? I would encourage you, and this was a direct message, literally. Think of this like a blank canvas. You're not here to rush. You're here to feel it out. And in that feeling it out, that's our bird's eye view too, right? That's our point of view. You're using your eyeballs. I can hear what this person is saying to me, but I also see something here. I don't see that, but I see something. You want to trust yourself with that, okay? Current situations are all aligning for your harmony. In this moment, it is perfect. It is subtle. Don't underestimate something just because it might not be real exciting in the moment. It's getting you somewhere, okay? Love, friendships, meaningful connections, they're all being highlighted in here. This is a relating kind of thing where you're changing on the inside so that socially you are in a different structure for yourself. You're aligning, you're in a place where these are all really, really good omens. They come with, again, spiritual protection, So you're not alone here. You're not being thrown into social situations that you can't handle. Show up the best that you can, right? This is where we gain some really great mentors, or we people we really, oh, I really like that. That was a great interpretation. And then we decide to go follow and make ourselves, more equipped or better educated in those areas. Doors are opening here for you in places where, you may release old traditions and realize that really wasn't working for me. I'm going to create my own now, my own something, and that's what's working for me. Okay? Your happiness and your joy is guarded. There are unseen forces here that are truly helping you, and I think that I mentioned that in one of the readings during the week, right? Even when our doubts and our obstacles appear, sentimental successes are still in reach. So keep that in mind, right? Just because something isn't working out doesn't mean nothing is, right? These challenges aren't here to break you. They're here to make you stronger. And that's why I said these are going to be places that flinch within us when we get touched. Vulnerability. I don't want to get hurt. This may not work out. What if, right? All these things. That's why we're using our brain here too, right? Cost versus consequence. And the obstacles will show up. They'll show you where this might not be a really great idea, right? So this is not all amazing things. There are things that are going to show up and, this way or this way, and you'll need to make the choice, and you're equipped to make it. Trust that, okay? You're being guided through these rough patches. And again, they're not here to break you. They're here to shape you into something which is much stronger than you see yourself. You have tools. You already hold these. They're just being sharpened right now. Okay? And that's the truth. You're being shown the very qualities that you have and that you've developed over time that are being brought to the forefront, good, bad, and indifferent. Where you sabotage yourself, where you sell yourself short. These cards right here are, just look at this, right? It's an opportunity here, but you're already thinking, oh, I don't know. Tiptoe in. It's an opportunity. It's showing up. But the game here is we've got some chaos, but we're going to make it calm. Anything comes through this door like this. So we go slow, we temper it, we look at it, we examine it, and we move it forward. This is an orientation period. It's going to be daunting. It's going to be scary, but be creative about this, right? Be optimistic. Have hope, even when you don't see it, right? You've got people in your surroundings here, and you've got surroundings. That's why I say there are people that will help you here. This is a 10. You don't have to do this on your own, and maybe that's your MO. You like to do things on your own, or you don't like to, or maybe you need a different environment, or you need to, someone here, look at the lady in the back. Someone here wants to help you. She sees you. You're being protected. Be excited. Want new things. Don't be afraid to dream. Trust yourself. You're a self-created original. We all are, and we need to remember this. We need each other, but we all have unique ways to do things. Remember that. Nurture yourself. Know what you need. Right? And that's what I've got. When the trumpet blows, I'm telling you, you will know what to do. So that's what I've got, guys. I hope that I helped you in some way. I hope that you enjoy these readings. I assume that you like seeing the cards. I've gotten a few comments, which was why I decided, let me just try it out. So I hope that this helps in some way, and I hope that you can go back. The reason I use this deck, too, is you can really see here. There isn't a human alive that can't relate to this. And, the doubt and the fear and the what ifs and the insecurities. But at a certain point, you are the vessel. You are the vessel. And in that void is where you hear what you're meant to hear. Where you get back all the things that you lost in empty places, right? Those kind of things. They all come back. And you take the chance. And that's where you're at. It's a brand new cycle here. The 9 of Wands is a card here too that is slow and steady. And again, it's a card of conscious. It's not so much a card of action. It's a card of deliberate, intentional action. I will hold the space because I know that it's worth the sacrifice. I will do the thing because I know that it's worth the sacrifice. Period. It's where you order your mind and you put it on a leash and you structure yourself. And the Emperor is exactly that. It's structure, it's responsibility, it's solid as a rock, and it's masculine energy, which is focus, desire, drive. It's organization. It's all of the necessities that you need. Once you get right on the inside, you know what you need to take care of yourself. On the outside is how you act it out. So you've got to be right as rain on the inside, know what you need to be able to walk on the earth. And that's what we've got here. Okay? And you are walking on the earth. So you're in a new phase here. It's uncharted. These numbers are strong. They're endings and solid foundations here. So that's what I've got. I hope that I helped you in some way. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I appreciate you, and thank you for being here.